Hello. So I am gonna start a new weekly vlog. So we're gonna start off and talk about the fact that I've weighed myself today, and I did complete 31 days straight of strict keto, and I lost, drum roll, 12 pounds. So felt great. I knew I lost weight, especially a few days ago when someone saw me that I knew, and she said, "Did you lose weight?" And I was like, "Oh, it's showing?" Because when you look in the mirror, you don't see what everybody else see. So I was very happy about that. I am going to do a full blog post and talk about the meals, talk about the good stuff, what I like, what I didn't like. That should be out on Friday on my blog. But I would say on here, I love the meal. I love cooking. I love trying to come up with a creative dish that's not going to bore me to death. So that was my favorite part. I am still failing where I'm craving sugar still. That has not changed. I do not crave carb. I could do without carb. But I did have some bami today. That was my cheat meal celebration. And bami is basically what it is. It's a cassava cake, and it's it's a Jamaican thing, but other Caribbean have it, but they call it something else. But what it is about, I would say 51, I looked it up, about 51 grams of carb, which is almost twice of what I was eating in a day on keto. On keto, I eat about 24 to 30 in that mark carbs a day. So I'm almost doubling my carb just by eating that. But I enjoyed it. It was delicious, and it's gonna be it for a while, because I'm continuing with keto. My goal is to drop 50 pounds, and so I'm gonna stick to it. I'm also going back to the gym I'm on a low impact workout, and I already did the first day, and it's so far, I'm going to keep doing that until my knee is good enough to work out, because I still cannot do too much on my knees. It feels good, but I also don't want to push it that hard yet. So I'm gonna do the low impact workout for a while with the bike and certain other machine that's not gonna be like, I'm not gonna be pounding. So yeah. So right now, what am I reading is I am still reading this one, Black Leopard, Red Wolf, Marlon James. And this one I am going to slowly read. Like, this might take me the whole month at this pace I'm reading it at. I do not want to rush it, because it's a complicated read. It's not an easy read. A lot of character, a lot of world building I have to and it's high fantasy, so I'm like using a lot of imagination of how the characters look, especially when they're described. And there's some action scene where, typical Marlon James, where he talks about how people, a killing scene. That's in there as well. And the main character, he's very fascinating. Tracker, he has this ability to track, things, people, creature, whatever, for days at a time. And he's looking for this boy, and this particular boy, he's not sure why this boy's of importance, but as the story unfolds, we're learning a lot of things. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue. I'm also gonna read at least one or two of this per week. This is a short story collection, so maybe one or two of this I'm gonna read per week. And then this is gonna be like the main focus for this vlog. This reading vlog is the last one around Woman by Kai Miller. Definitely want to get into this. And look at it, guys. It was blurb by Marlon James. So a little bit of Caribbean week I'm having this week. So, and that's it, guys. I'm gonna still continue cooking, getting all these recipes that I'm getting from people, and share. I'm gonna share the eggplant parmesan that I did the other day. So I'm gonna put a little clip here. And it was delicious. It was so nice, because I didn't realize that it was going to taste that good, because it's substitution, because you can't use breadcrumbs. And the marinara sauce had no sugar, and You know, so I had to use a little things, but my Indian friend gave me the recipe, and it was delicious. I enjoyed it, and I loved that I was able to indulge with the cheese because, of course, there was no meat, so it wasn't, you know, the cheese was able to balance out with my macro. So yeah, and that's it for now. Yeah, we continue another week. Hello. So I am today. Yesterday was all about editing a video, uploading my wrap-up video, which is already up by the time you see this. Hopefully you guys check it out. I also did a blog post, and so that I worked on. And again, my blog posts are on my blog is different. My wrap-up, where I do talk about books, but I also talk about healthy living, and I have a memorable moment. I always share a memorable moment of the month, and I welcome other people to comment about their memorable moments. So if you haven't never checked out my monthly reflection, check it out. Now this is where I'm at with this. So I'm halfway with the last Wonder Woman, and this book is initially I had this idea that it was just gonna be more on what a Wonder Woman is. So being Jamaican, I've always heard that of Wonder Woman, and there are people in my family who's had similar situation with that, where it's more like a prediction, and a lot of times it comes where it's a dream, but it's often surrounded by religion, where you have this premonition of something gonna happen, and it's usually not something good. It could be something extremely horrible, or it could be something that is gonna affect someone in a negative way. And you often never want to be in the cross path of somebody having that kind of dream, because you don't know if it's going to come true or not. And oftentimes, it's that folktale idea that it did come true, whether it come true right away or maybe like weeks down the road. And there's a particular story I know of that I've heard of when I was younger, and it scared a lot of people, that particular woman, because she had this premonition that something was horrible was going to happen to somebody in the community, and she got up screaming, hollering, and this one particular man was telling her, shut up, old fool, go go home. And it turned out the premonition that she had was that man, and who died right after. So people took her seriously after that, when she's had these weird premonition of something horrible going to happen. So I am very much aware of a Wonder Woman, but this story did not start off like that, because it went to the point where I didn't know who the story's about, because I thought it was particularly about this one girl that who was, what she pretty much did was she makes dollies, and you're old school, the dollies, and she didn't make the typical dollies where it's usually white and looked a certain way. This particular dolly was colorful, and her mother was just basically telling her this shit is not gonna sell, but she wasn't listening, and she ended up feeling so disappointed that she walked down the road and ended up near a leprosy colony, and she didn't really know what it was, but she saw a man that looked religious and approached the man, who offered to basically buy her stuff. And that's how she became a part of this colony, and it drew her in other ways, and it ended up there's another particular woman that was there as well. So as you're reading the story, you're not realizing basically what the synopsis in the back said, till you realize it's an old woman talking about her story, how she got out of the colony, and what happened to her after she left the colony. And she is the last Wonder Woman. And I would say when I started reading this, I was completely sucked in. It was like, okay, what? Right now the colony situation is somewhat over, and it seemed like the other section, I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now, but because I actually like the tales from the colony. It was creepy, weird, but entertaining. So I'm going to continue reading this today. Definitely going to finish it, because it's fast-paced. I can literally see myself just zooming through this. And, I'll get back to you and see, see what's going to happen to this woman. And, so, yeah. guys, so I am at a winery. As if I can really drink, but we'll have one glass and get something to eat. Yeah, that's my day today. It's been a busy day, but we'll catch up later. This is a mango, some kind of mango wine. It tastes real good. It's a treat. I'm enjoying it. You know, can't do this in my diet, but it's real good. It tastes really, really good. I'm surprised how much I like the taste of this. So yeah. So I am gonna get back home, stop at the store, but I am reading, and I'm gonna do my little talk on Marlon Jane's book. I've been reading that early today. Yeah. Part 2 is interesting. So yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna see if also they're actually making this right now in the back. So I'll see maybe if I can get them to show. If not, you know, see how they're doing it. Yeah. So today I'm going to do my wrap up, but yesterday I had a good time. I had one glass of, it was a fruit flavored wine with mango, and you know, being on keto and not indulging in any kind of sugar, that one wine was so sweet to me. I just was like, I was loving it. I was like, let me just enjoy this wine, because I don't know, next time I'm going to have something like this, because I am committed to this keto. And but it was nice. You know, I committed to keto, but I also had promised my friend, and I kept cancel, like we were gonna go to a winery, because that's our thing. We go to a winery before together, and we do plan on checking out other winery. And I think I'm gonna do a blog post, because I did not realize how many wineries in this area that I'm in right now, and they're small and cozy. And there was a second one that we went to. We didn't buy anything or taste any wine, but it was just, I love the atmosphere of that one. And that individual told us there's another one, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check out some of these wineries at some point, little by little, and see you know, how they are. I prefer wine. I'm not a heavy drinker, but once in a while I like a nice glass of wine. So yeah. So anyway, where we at with reading? So I did read one of the story in the pantry, and I'm probably gonna read some more today. But what I would say is I enjoyed it so far. It does remind me of in this particular first story where it's talking about a caregiver, someone who's like what Americans would call like a nanny. You know, and how that person sometimes is even closer in your life than your actual parents, and the relationship you will have with that person. So I had one of those growing up in Jamaica, and there's one woman that I remember up to today. I remember her name and everything, and I always wonder how she's doing. She was my favorite. I've had others, but she was the one that I really liked the most, and it just brought up a little bit of memory of that. So I'm gonna definitely dig in some more and read some more of the stories in here. So how I am now with Black Leopard, Red Wolf. The first I am completed the second section. It is, I looked at it again, it's 6 sections. I thought it was 5, but it's 6. And The first section was really difficult because again it's the beginning and they're setting up certain things and I was confused. The second one gripped me. I was just a few times like, whoa, he is very raw in this, very detailed. There's things that's going on in this where I was like yo, like it's action packed, but it's gritty, and I do like I like both Leopard and Tracker's personality, but Leopard is he's very sarcastic in some of the things he says, especially when they're basically they're trying to get the boy, and they're in this city called what's the name of the city? Malakin. That's the city that they're in, and they're interacting with this old woman who is like telling a tale of the boy, and you're not sure if she's really telling the truth because she wants the boy as well and wants to somewhat hide him as well, to find the boy, to bring the boy to her, not the king. So you don't know if she's telling the truth, but you're kind of like wondering if that's really the case of the boy. So it's more detailed in the second one, and I actually am liking it now. The first section I was like, ew, like I felt like I was doing too much to keep up with what was going on. And then the second one had me more interested. There's like a little action-packed scene with this one woman, how she escaped, and it was like how it was written. You can imagine it. I'm like going in my head like, yeah, I want to see this as a movie so far. They better have a good budget because the scenery and how he explained what people look like and what creatures look like and their gifts or their curse or things that they're naturally supposed to be doing for that particular thing that he's describing. I'm just visualizing it in a movie, and I'm thinking, oh, I mean, yeah, there's one when he was describing the old woman and her hair and the things that she had around her neck. I was really like envisioning what it would look like, and that's the thing about high fantasy for me. Like I really have to really think about what these images of these people look like when they do high fantasy books. So I have a long way to go. I mean, it's I'm only like 2 something in, and it's a 600 something page book. So I again continue, and I'm gonna continue. Now, the book that I did finish is The Last Wonder Woman. Now, I'm gonna say about this book is the first half of this book was amazing. I loved the story, and like I said previously, like this is a woman who is now older. She is considered the last Wonder Woman, and she is reminiscing on how her life, how she was born into a leopard colony in Jamaica, and you're learning about her mother and an older woman, Mother Lazarus, who took care of her. And the story for that part was good. It was like I couldn't stop turning the pages because I really love her mother's character as well as Mary Lazarus' character and their time at the leprosy colony. And when she abandoned the colony and all the things that happened after, and she got into this religious group and having this gift, it turned into them focusing more on what a Wonder Woman is and how her gifts has caused her pain, and how much she tried to escape being what she is. It has somewhat caused her to have moments of distress and moments of where she might have been considered crazy when she went to England because she couldn't. And it gets when they talk about the Wonder Woman that you can't not heed to what you are gifted with, and and also it up until the very end is when you realize how she ended up in England, and there's somewhat for me. I wasn't a fan of how that part played out, and how again it becomes a situation of deceiving it, even though it's described in a way where she's seeing why she's seen into her future, and it's a future where it was complicated. So that's the best way I could put it. The ending was very complicated, and it was very. There's ways to look into it and have these different opinions about it. But it didn't give me that love I had for the beginning, and so it kind of gave me. I was always like that strong 4, and now I felt like the ending. It's like totally give the book like a 3, maybe 3.5 star, because the ending lost its punch. It lost its punch for me compared to the beginning of when they were at the leprosy colony. I just love that part of the book. Like that part of the book was yes. So what I'm gonna do is continue on with my Caribbean books, and I do have one more of his book that I'm gonna read, and I'm gonna continue, and I'm loving this Caribbean phase I'm in. I do want to find a Caribbean romance, so if you have a nice Caribbean romance that is right up my alley, leave it in the comment section, because a lot of books I find that they're not romance, they're contemporary, they have religious theme, or kind of what's the word, magical realism. Some of them have, but I would love one that is like a romance theme. I'm still hunting for that, but if you know any, let me know, and I will definitely read it. So that's it for this week. I hope when I edit this it's not too long, but if you did watch the entire thing, thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.